Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? It started. Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here, and welcome to Throwback Thursday. And look what we got behind us today. Check that hot rod out. That is a 1970 Triumph TR6R 650. Isn't she a beauty? I think that's an original color. Just look at that hot rod. Absolutely gorgeous trophy. I think this was considered a tiger in the day, you know, the single carburetor, making it a tiger. That's a modern tiger over yonder. So what is this exactly? Well, it's a 649cc air-cooled parallel twin overhead valve, meaning the cams are down here, exposed oil lines, 2 valves per cylinder, single carburetor. I think it's a 30mm Amal carburetor. Check that out, concentric. And they're just beautiful. I just love the way these things look. Just grabs me every time. Here's the mechanical tack drive right here. Clutches in here. Just beautiful, just beautiful. Pea shooter mufflers. Look at that, isn't that just gorgeous? Like I said, the cams are in here. Oil pumps in here somewhere. There's an oil pump sensor there. The way you can tell these are 650s is there's a space here. You got this pronounced head here. The finning up here sometimes helps. Isn't that just gorgeous? The nose cone on the front of the motor. That's another way you can tell in these modern unit ones. I think unit was first year 63. This 70, this has an oil tank still. 71, they had the oil in the frame already. So this is a 70, so that's pre that, which means it probably has a slightly lower seat, maybe a little lighter motorcycle. A lot of people prefer these over those. I personally haven't rode either one, so I'm not sure. Actually, that's not true. I used to own either a 67 or a 68, but it was so long ago, and I was so young that I just can't really give myself credit for it. And that's just a beautiful thing. The front brake, which is a dual leading shoe on this one, I just love the way these look. Isn't that just gorgeous? These inlets are actually sealed unless you're racing, otherwise they get water in them. But dual leading shoe, that's for more efficiency. Just gorgeous, isn't it? I think that's an 8-inch. It looks larger than that though. Maybe my information's off, you know. I couldn't find a diameter for the tubes. They are covered though, which they should be. Beautiful metal fender, you know, 3 colors, black, gold, the green. Just a gorgeous thing. Front wheel, I think, is a 3 1/4 by 19. Let's see if we can spot that on there. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 19. Beautiful, beautiful. Coming back to the back, I think that is a 4 by 18. Spoked again. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? This is the speedometer drive right here of the back wheel. Kickstart only, of course. This would have been a coil bike. There's the coils up here. Lucas Electronics, I believe. So battery and coil. Like I said, the oil tank. I wonder if we can get the seat open. Yeah, we can. So that's how you access the oil tank. The battery's right there. I think that's some sort of primitive rectifier. Isn't that just gorgeous? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I love the stripe. Very well done on their part. You know, I mean, look at that with the seat open. Check it out from the fender up here to the tank, and then just straight up. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The flat cap. We'll get into the gauges here in a second. I don't know. I don't think that's a factory seat. Shocks on the back. Tube swing arm. Rear brake, I think it was supposed to be a 7-inch, of course mechanical. This is the primitive electronics of the time, what they called microelectronics. So mechanical brake, here's the adjuster here. Now watch this here as I push the pedal down. And that's what would actuate the brake light on the back. But the arm here, you know, just check that out. Isn't that neat? I'm fascinated by that. And I think that goes back to when I was a kid and I first started seeing things like this. The brakes were one of the things that I checked out all the time. But okay, these kind of adjusters on the back for the chain. Just really nifty, isn't it? I just love the way you drain the oil out of this. Triumph foot pegs. Isn't that something for an air cleaner? And of course the exposed oil lines. You guys have heard me talk about that before. I love those kind of things. I know I don't have them anymore. You know, they leaked, of course. They're prone to leaking. So the oil would get pumped up to the heads, into each row of where the valves were, and that would then it would drain down through these tubes here, these push rod tubes. The cams would run the push rods to run the valves. Really cool, isn't it? I just love the way these look. And of course the Triumph pipe coming out at an angle, and just a beautiful thing. Down here would be the, I suppose, alternator. And of course, look at that kickstand, huh? Single tube frame. I think later ones had a dual tube. I'm not sure. We'll have to go in the back room and take a look at that later. Just a beautiful thing. Made in England. Let's pop that open again. Drain oil and refill every 1,500 miles. And here's more information on that. That's really cool. Real nifty, you know. A bike like this would have had a wheelbase of about 56 inches, maybe 1,420 millimeters. It's supposed to have about 7 inches of ground clearance. Seat height, I've read about 30 inches. So what would that be? 750 millimeters, something like that. Weight on this, probably less than 385 pounds. About 175 kilos, probably less than that. I was pushing it around here to get, you know, for us to look at it, to get in a good spot, and it pushed really easy. I mean, it feels incredibly light. And the fuel tank, what I found said 4.8 gallons, but that doesn't seem right. I'm betting that's wrong, because this does not look like a 4.8 gallon gas tank. But let's take a look at that tank. And it's got this wonderful color, the Triumph badge, you know, the cast badge. Isn't that neat? Black lettering, white in the background, cast here, chrome. Knee pads on the side, Triumph knee pads. The flat cap, the center molding. That's a trademark of the Triumph. Going back here, up here to the bars. On this side, clutch lever, very light. High lows, I believe. That'd be a horn for what that is. Choke right here, fuel, brake. Up here to the gauges. These are not branded, so I don't know what brand these are, but tachometer on the left, gauge on that side, speedometer. Over here is the amp meter. I'm guessing one of these is an oil light and the other might be a high-low. And here's a, I don't know if we can get some reaction out of it when we, yep, turn the key on. The key is here on the side. My T100 has a key on the side also. And this looks like a fork lock. Ah, that's interesting, isn't it? Put that down and lock it. Nice chrome bucket on the headlight. You know, all the little chrome pieces, you know, chrome here, chrome up here. You know, chrome here, you know, the chrome pipes. Chrome back, you know, here. I mean, just a lot of nifty little details. Very beautiful bike. Like I said, this is a 1970. Some consider this the end of an era, this particular model. You know, the later ones were, like I said, frame and tube. They were taller, a little heavier. Personally, I think they're very good looking also. But just look at these cases and castings. The machinist at AJ Rickner, I think, something like that, he did a series of videos where he rebuilt some of these. And these motors, as solid and heavy as they look, and they are, the little individual pieces are very light and very, they're dependent on each other for strength. They also have to be fitted to each other to make fit properly. So you'd get the castings, and then when you would assemble the engine, you'd have to fit the pieces to each other to get everything to work right. But isn't that just gorgeous? Look at that. Just beautiful, just beautiful. So this is the point where the video would normally end, but it may not. It might, but it might not. And the reasoning is they've told me that if I can get this started, I can take it for a ride. If it is the end, thanks for watching. If it isn't, stay tuned. We'll go for a ride. Wahoo! You know, I don't know how to do this, so we're just going to do our best. First thing we do is, well, it is in neutral. Turn the key on. I always see him pushing this button here. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? It started. It's kind of scary, guys. This motorcycle is 50 years old, 53 years old. And I'm Fuzzy Biker, and I'm going to take this hot rod for a spin. Clutch is in. I'm assuming it's 1 down and 3 up. 4-speed transmission. Check the brakes right quick. Back one works. Front one seems to work. Oh my goodness. Hey, if y'all are in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, or classic British motorcycle such as this one, Get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. They've got parts, accessories, everything you could possibly want. Wow, we are going to take it slow and easy on this one. Slow and easy. Ha ha! What a grin. I'll let the bike warm up a little bit. We're just going to do a lap around town. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. I like it. Gorgeous, gorgeous. What a hoot. This is a real privilege. Thank you, Baxter Cycle. Gotta remember where the brake is on the left side on this bike. Should we see what kind of a turn we can do here? A little bit of traffic. I don't have any mirrors, so I gotta stop. What did I say the wheelbase was on this? 56 inches, 1445 millimeters or something like that? I'm not sure if that's right or not. We're gonna go long. I'm not taking any chances. Nice, very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. What a beauty. I'm going to turn around right here. Well, we got traffic here, so let's go to the other end of the road. I don't know much about the bike, so I don't want to do anything too exciting, you know. Nobody behind us. Boy, she handles very well. It feels very light indeed. Much lighter than any modern bike, I think. The handling is well, it's very different than a modern motorcycle. I did check the tire pressure before I took it out. Nobody behind us. Let's just kind of do a loop here. See how she does on the hill test. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. If you're ever in Marnie, get yourself over to the Derailed Grill. Good eats, good eats. I am so impressed. There is quite a bit of vibration compared to a modern motorcycle. It does smooth out when you give it a little gas. You can feel it mainly in the seat and in the foot pegs right now anyway, at 3,500 RPM. What a privilege, what a privilege. I like this a lot. If you're in the market for a new or used Triumph, Royal Enfield, or classic British bike of any type, get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa. Go to baxtercycle.com, check out what they got. They are also the largest single vintage bike part supplier, British vintage bike part supplier in North America. If they don't have it, you're going to have a real hard time finding it. They've got warehouses full of parts. Okay, my friends, thanks for riding along. Life is good. Wahoo!